I'm back. I'm kidding. How many times have I said this? Probably in almost every video. It's gonna be the joke of this channel, saying I'm gonna do a video every month or every week. Oh man, you gotta laugh at yourself sometimes. Well, today I'm doing a video, and that's a good thing. And it's gonna be about that we forget 90% of what we learn and how to do a better job at remembering things. This is for me and for you, because I've read a ton of books and I forgot probably most of them. So what is the way to remember something? What is a good technique to remember something? If we know that, if we know we're going to forget most things, what can we do to remember better? Well, one thing is you can reread something. So say you read a book once and then you put it on the shelf and you don't really apply the techniques for a little bit, but then you find a new book and you go to that and you're trying something else. The problem is you haven't made it a habit, whatever you're trying to do. Say you're trying to improve relationships and conversations with family, with friends, in business, in life, and you're having a lot of conflicts. You're trying to figure out what's a better way to have a peaceful conversation. There's a good book called The Anatomy of Peace that I'm going back to for a second time because I forgot too much of it. I'm going to try to use a different technique to remember this by using the technique for, I don't know, 3 months even, and where it becomes a habit, not just something I learned for a little bit, then I stopped using. I think that's what one big thing is. If you do it for, let's say, honestly, 3 months, because a habit does take time to build, you're more like swapping out a habit. So what I've heard, it can go anywhere from 30 to 90 days. And I also heard 66 days. So let's just say 3 months to make it really solid. Make it where it's an automatic behavior of yours. You don't have to think about it consciously anymore. It becomes more of a subconscious habit, it's not something you have to consciously remember. It's like, I mean, honestly, go back to being a kid. How many times did it take to learn a bike? Did you try it? Did you try it for a week? Did you do it for a week and then you just stop? No, you kept doing it repetitively until it became automatic, where it goes from the subconscious mind to the subconscious mind. People call it muscle memory, but it's subconscious mind. Same thing, really. It's where you're. When that means, people are saying muscle memory, that means your mind and your body are working in tandem, and you don't have to use your mind to work your body anymore. It works right. They work together as a team versus trying to, like when you start driving a car, you have to think about, okay, do this, then do that, adjust the mirrors, put the seatbelt on. I won't even rattle it all off because it's so automatic. That's the funny thing. I could sit here and go through the whole 15, 20 step process to get your car ready to go, started, especially in the winter or whatever. And it seems really difficult, but it's so easy. I mean, most people can drive. I mean, and that's just a good example of how to learn something. Is repetitive action done in step-by-step format at first. It seems like many different steps, but then it becomes almost one step. You're just driving the car. You don't even say all the steps you're doing anymore. You just say, oh, I'm gonna go drive my car here. I'm gonna drive there. It's one step now. It's one fluid step now. It's like another thing I'm learning right now. I've been doing it for 6 months almost, since August. I've been taking this no code class on the internet, and that's basically teaching you how to build and create all the things with code, but without using code. It's more of a visual building software. It's really cool. New stuff. I mean, I shouldn't say new stuff, but it's gotten to a point it's very, very applicable now. It can do almost anything. So, and that's something I need to take this wisdom and apply it to, because I need to keep doing it. I need to keep doing it over the holidays. I'm part of a big family. We had, like, I don't know, 20 different family events going on. between November and now. Honestly, maybe I've been about that. And I got thrown off learning this, got a little slowed down, so now I'm getting back into it. And I was a little off yesterday, but then I realized that I've been doing it enough. Even those 3 or 4 months I've been doing was consistent enough where I'm going back to it faster. I can pick it up faster than if I just did it for like a couple weeks and started it up again. So yeah, that's what I would say is try to focus on doing one thing at a time, mastering that one thing at a time, even though it seems like you need to do all these different things at once. Trust me, I know life is very crazy like that and busy like that. It's like you want to improve your health, improve your finances, improve your relationships, work on your career, do this, do that, find some time for fun, do this. I mean, oh my gosh, so much to do, right? So much to do. But try to find the biggest, I would call it the pain point, the area that you need to, that'll give you the most benefit for the least amount of time, if you can. And if you can even if you have to do a couple things at once, do it for small amounts for over a longer period. So say you do want to improve your health, and you do want to learn something new, and you do want to meditate, for example. So you could let's break up into small chunks. Say you do 20 minutes of learning, like I'm saying, like when I'm learning coding, no code, whatever. Learning a tech skill, let's say, learning a new skill, 20 minutes a day. And then another thing, you do 20 minutes meditate each day. And another thing, 20 minutes, you do some exercise. You do it in small chunks, and if you can, the more you can pair it into one thing almost, like doing as much of the stuff together in like a series of events quickly, it's going to be easier to, because you're going to have transition time. I mean, you can't just, well, you can. It's a little tricky. You could exercise, then you could learn a skill, then you could meditate. That's actually a good example right there. You could do all that in an hour, and versus saying you got 3 things to do, you got 1 thing to do. You just break it down into that 1 hour, and you might be a little off for the first time. It might be an hour and 15 minutes, but you figure it out, and then now you've got it's almost like one new habit, really, because it's all one event. And you keep doing it in that series, and you keep doing it in that series. It's like a sleep ritual. The same idea. Even if for me, it's a lot of times 2 hours before bed. I was bad about this yesterday, but I usually do it. 2 hours before bed, I'll put on my blue light blocking glasses, or I'll put covers over my prescription glasses. So then my mind and body knows, okay, it's time to get ready for bed. And it works most of the time. It helps me. My body knows that, okay, you're going to get time to be going to bed soon, because I've done it enough and it knows what to do. And so try not to overwhelm yourself with too much information. We live in an information overload world. Really, you got digital, you got news, you got people telling you stuff. It's a lot of stuff happening. That's why it's good to stay focused on really a few goals at once. Don't overwhelm yourself. The less the better. If you can do it 1 at a time, or maybe 3 at most. But like I said, if you're going to do 3, break it into smaller chunks over a longer period of time. So say you did want to do the exercise, skill building, and meditation thing. Instead of 3 months, give yourself 6 months, because it's going to be a longer process to build that. And you're going to have some times when you're going to screw it up, and other times you're going to do well, and other times it's okay. Just keep going back to it. There's going to be times where you're not going to do it, or something comes up, because life does that. And you just return to it and keep at it, and eventually it'll become automatic. It'll become this thing that you just do all the time. Or if you don't do it, you'll get back to doing it after whatever break or whatever event came up to interrupt that. But you'll want to. It won't be like this really big job. It'll be like, oh, I want to get back to what I was doing before, because it was easy, because it was fun, and I was making progress. And you'll make better progress doing that too. All right, well, that's about it for today. I don't think I need to talk anymore about that, really. Just start with a few things and don't overwhelm yourself. I'd say, like I said, start with 1 to 3 things, build it, and keep going back to it. And if you like reading a book, read it a number of times and really try to apply the principles in whatever book you're reading. Make the books you read as applicable as possible. And it'd be better to read one book and really master it and really understand the concepts, I think, than reading a ton and forgetting almost all of it and you don't even know, like, what did I even spend the time for? I think it'd be much better to master one book over like a 3-month period and the techniques and actually really change and help your life in some way than doing what I've done and many other people have done in life, which is you go from one thing to the other, you're like, ah, crap, you don't feel very good about it because you're just jumping from one thing. You're trying to do too much. In the mind, and being human, you forget your short-term memory, especially in this day and age. You forget what you did. If you don't have a journal to look back on, you don't even know what you did before. You don't know what's working, what's not working. That's another good thing to start. Right, have a journal of some sorts, even just quick notes about it. All right, well, it's going on 11 minutes. I think we're good with this. So, action step: find something you want to do, stick to it for a while, expect to fail, but fail your way to success because you will get it. Just give yourself, know that is a process. Is like look at it as a 3-month period where first month is going to be tough, second month messy, third month nice, smooth, good. You'll see some progress, I believe, in that 3rd month point. All right, well, here's to trying again with the videos about personal growth and personal development and a whole bunch of topics. We'll be talking about a whole bunch of topics, ways to just make your life awesome and abundant and great, just live an extraordinary, fantastic life on every level. That's the point of this channel. And we're going to dive into a lot of different topics, but the point is to every time give you some action steps, give you something you can do. And I'm never going to go over 15 minutes, I think. Maybe unless it's like a really deep video, but we all have busy lives, and if it can't be done in 15 minutes, at least for me, it might be too much. So I'll be trying to keep it to that range, up to 15-minute videos. I think is fine. I think I can get the point I need to get across in that time period and leave you with an action step. And this time is remember what I was talking about and apply it. All right. Bye, everyone. Thank you for watching. And I'm back will be a new joke phrase with this channel.